recognize a true hero in our community, Conrad Maya, who saved, as our Deputy Inspector noted, saved a number of lives at 147 Consollier Street this past Friday night in the fire. And there's going to be a fundraiser for the families that have been affected by this fire a week from Saturday, June 16th, over at Grandma Rose's at 6 p.m. You can go in to a number of different shops and businesses in the neighborhood now and drop off a contribution, but families lost everything. There are a number of families that lost everything they had. And there was a young boy who turned 12 on Sunday who lived in that apartment and lived in that building. You know, these folks need help, and if you have a little bit that you can spare, you can stop in at Tony's Pizzeria on Graham Avenue, you can stop in at Mousy Brown's. There's a number of different places in the neighborhood where you can go and make a contribution. I want to encourage you to do that. Two more items that I really briefly want to address. One is we have a lot of traffic safety issues in our community, and I, in an ongoing way, try to put pressure on DOT to bring more stop signs, more traffic lights into our community. We have a new traffic light that's going to be coming in at North 4th and Driggs, but I'm sending in requests to them and putting pressure on them on a weekly basis. If there are street corners in the neighborhood that you're concerned about, let me know, and I'll follow up with DOT and make sure that we try to get a stop sign there or a traffic light there as quickly as possible. The last item I wanted to address is one that was raised by some members of the audience here tonight. We all know how inconvenient and how inconvenient some of the bars are in our neighborhood and how difficult it is to live right next to them. I really want to encourage everyone, in addition, to call the community board office when bars are too loud, when they're acting inappropriately, when they're not being respectful of their neighbors, because next time when that bar owner comes to the community board to get their liquor license approved, we have all of those complaints on file, and Tom and his colleagues on the Public Safety and the SLA Committee can make sure that we don't recommend approval of this liquor license again, and that this bar owner doesn't have a chance to continue to operate in the neighborhood. Additionally, I would also recommend call the 94th, because the 94th will, in a coordinated fashion, go in with other agencies to make sure that to those bars and to those restaurants that are being far too loud and not respectful of their neighbors, and make sure that they're obeying the law and fine them and ticket them appropriately. Heather,
to clarify, they should call 311, file a complaint,
That's right.
take the complaint number, and then forward that to community board.
That is the best way to do it. That is true. Yep. You know, and so I really, and if anyone needs the community board office phone number, I don't have it memorized, but I'm happy to give it to you, so just find me after the meeting. One other exciting development, not public safety related, but a great addition to our community, is we have two new farmers markets that just opened this past Sunday. One at McGolrick Park and one at Cooper Park. And what's particularly great about the one at McGolrick Park is that all of the vendors that are coming in with their big trucks are parking them off-street at a site that Tony Argento from Broadway Stages has made available. So Tony, really appreciate your generosity in making it available to the community. These farmers markets are great. We have EBT at the one at Cooper Park, so to make sure that it's affordable to people who are on food stamps. These are high quality places where we can get fresh fruits and vegetables in the community. If there's anything at all that I can do to be helpful, please don't hesitate to contact me. I will give one update just about the political calendar, because it's so unusual this year. We're having a variety of different elections. The next election is coming up June 26th, and that's just in less than 3 weeks. There's going to be an election for Congress, a Democratic primary for Congress. And then the next election after that is going to be on a Thursday in September, September 13th, where we'll have elections for our state and local offices. So keep your eyes out. I'm not going to be, I know I'll see you all around the neighborhood over the summer, but since we don't have any meetings for a couple months, I guess it'll be National Night Out is the next time I'll see you. Community Board 1 number, thank you, Tom, is 718-389-0009. 718-389-0009.
There's a congressional primary on June 26th?
There is. If you live in Greenpoint, there is not an active primary going on. If you live in the very southern part of the 94th District, then there's a competitive primary where Nydia Velasquez, the incumbent congresswoman, is facing some challenges. She used to represent this area, but after the redistricting process, she no longer represents Greenpoint. Thank you all, and have a very nice evening.